Hi, I'm Brad with Monaro Marine. This is our 8th installment video on the production of our new fishing boat, 23.5 feet long. So what we got now is, we got our windshield, it's made. So what we started with is, I mocked it up with plywood and just gave it to the manufacturer, and they made them and they fit quite nicely. As you can see, we've added this wood around the perimeter of the deck plug. We've done this for two reasons. One is to maintain the rigidity, the shape of the mold, and the other reason is to aid us in the layup of the part. Here's an example. So what we have here is an inside corner. Once the mold is laid up, the mold will come over and right to the edge of here, and then we pull it out so it'll look like this. So here's that flange, and now it's an outside corner. So when we lay it up, we'll first spray our gel coat, and then we lay up the glass, and the glass will come up beyond the edge here, and when it's almost cured but still a bit soft, we cut it off with a knife, and then we get a nice finished edge. So there's minimal grinding to do. We're inside the boat now, and as you can see, not much has changed, but we have done the same flange on the inside all the way around, and we had to determine where we were going to end the deck, and this is the same place where the floor liner starts. So that there'll be a joint here. Here goes down here. This will be open here because the floor liner will go out to the edge of the hull on both sides, and then the floor will come up and join here. Right here the door will be cut out, so the joint will be covered with a piece of trim. So we'll screw them together, and then a piece of trim gets stuck over top. We're back on the deck plug, and you can see the green tape here. So we've taped off to do the non-skid. So it's about a 1-inch border that we're doing, and we've done a nice radius that we've cut around, and it's all been sanded. So it's prepped, and we'll be spraying that in the next, actually tomorrow, I think it's going to be. So it'll be a kind of a pebbled finish. What I have behind me, you see a plastic here. This is our deck mold. We've completed the plug for it, and now we're creating the mold. So we've pushed the mold into our spray booth, and they're in the middle of spraying the gel. So the orange gel is the gel for the mold. Now let's lift this up. So here you go. There it is. We've got 3 people in there now. One guy's spraying, one guy's helping to hold the hose, and one guy is mixing the next batch of gel. So by the end of the day, they'll have the gel finished. The brake buzzer just went, but they don't get a break until they're finished gelling. And so the next video we'll see, I'll show you just putting the glass on. What we didn't show you is doing the non-skid on this plug. I missed it because I had to sell boats, so I couldn't tell the customer to go away. So we missed that. No big deal. You can still see the non-skid right there. So they haven't finished spraying that. Once it's all sprayed, you won't even see any of the plug left. We're not used to building such large fiberglass parts, so we've created this tent here, and it's partway into our permanent spray booth. But after this mold's done, then we're going to lay up the first part. So as you can see behind me, they're now working on the layup. So already we've got 2 layers of 1 ounce mat. They did 1 layer of 1 ounce in a day, and then the next day they did another layer. So we got 3 guys. It took all day to do the whole layer. So now they're on day 3 of the layup. They're now working on 2 layers. So they're doing 2 layers at once. And they probably won't get done today. So tomorrow they'll finish that. Okay, so the layup is done. And what they did was put, it's a little loud. I'll try to talk loud. They've got first the gel coat, then there's 6 layers of fiberglass mat, and then on top is roving. And then these white areas, that's core mat. We use it in specific areas. And then to reinforce everything, we don't want the mold to flex at all. It has to be very solid. So we've put steel. These are steel pipes. And you can see here, on top, here, all back here, steel pipe. We got a bender. We bent it to fit the shape and then glass it on. And we've also done some cardboard tubes here, just in the flat areas, glass that in. And they're currently banging on it to crack it loose from the plug. They've dropped it down here. Oops. So the plug is now garbage. So later today, they'll be getting this up. Okay, well there you have it. We got it cracked loose. They just hammered it with the rubber hammers, and it popped. They had it hanging, so the weight of the hull was, and the plug, the deck plug was pulling it down. So it just popped, and looks good. We'll have to check for any damage, but I don't think there is any. So the next step, we have to flip it over. So we got to put some casters on it, and we're waiting for the bracket, and that should come today. And then we'll put the casters on and flip it over. Okay, we got our mold flipped over. So we used the 2 gantries here, the 4 chain blocks, and some rope. And 2 people did it in about an hour and a half, and we didn't have any issues with it. So now we just have to wax it, and we can lay up our first part. So they'll be doing that right away. We pan over here. Here's the old deck plug that the mold was just pulled off of. This is basically garbage now. We're going to chop it up, throw it out. We can't use it. It's too bad because we put so much time, work into it. So that concludes this video. Our next video will show the layup of the first deck. So tune in.